For decades, enterprise security relied on a simple architectural model. The corporate network was a physical location, protected by strict firewalls and localized servers. The shift to distributed hybrid workforces permanently broke this castle and moat model. Employees now require access to internal networks outside the physical office. This creates a critical vulnerability. Highly sensitive organizational data is now accessed across a globally scattered fleet of diverse, uncontrolled operating systems. To govern this landscape, Microsoft built Intune. Intune is a cloud-based endpoint management solution. An endpoint is any physical device, like a laptop or mobile phone, that connects to and exchanges information with a computer network. Rather than trying to rebuild a perimeter around a specific physical location, Intune places the security perimeter directly onto the endpoint itself. It continuously manages user identities, configures device hardware settings, and isolates organizational data, regardless of where that hardware actually resides. With the physical network perimeter gone, Intune provides the technical foundation for a zero-trust architecture by shifting the focus to continuous validation of the endpoint. Zero Trust is a security framework that requires all users and devices to be authenticated, authorized, and continuously validated before they can access corporate resources. IT departments face a strict operational tension. They require absolute security for corporate data, but they cannot violate the privacy of an employee's personal hardware to achieve it. This diagram illustrates how Intune resolves this tension through a bifurcated management approach based on device ownership. On the left, we have Mobile Device Management, or MDM. MDM applies to organization-owned devices and establishes absolute device-centric control. In this suite, administrators can configure hardware-level Wi-Fi access, force OS updates, or execute a wipe sequence to erase the entire device. On the right is Mobile Application Management, or AAM. AAM is used for Bring Your Own Device, or BYOD scenarios, establishing user-centric control. BYOD allows employees to use their personal smartphones and computers for work purposes without surrendering control of the device itself. AAM sandboxes corporate data. It actively prevents a user from copying organizational data out of a managed application and pasting it into an unsecured personal app. AAM allows IT to issue a targeted wipe of just the corporate app data, leaving the user's personal photos and apps completely untouched. These two frameworks are not mutually exclusive. They can be combined on all devices for overlapping layers of maximum security. This dual architecture allows IT architects to achieve data isolation and security without needing root access to an employee's personal life. Root access is the highest level of administrative privilege on a device, granting complete control over all software and files. How does an IT department push these complex rules to a device sitting in a coffee shop halfway across the world? As seen in this model, administrators operate a web-based Intune admin center. Every action taken here programmatically translates into Microsoft Graph REST API calls. A REST API is a set of rules that allows different software applications to communicate with each other over the internet. This setup automates policy deployment over a basic internet connection. Intune silently pushes Wi-Fi and VPN profiles with embedded certificate authentication. A VPN creates a secure, encrypted connection to an organization's network. With these localized certificates, end users bypass manual password entry for network access. At the application layer, Intune enables single sign-on, seamlessly integrating with Microsoft Entra ID. SSO allows users to log in securely to multiple applications with just one set of credentials. Intune also forces the deployment of Windows Hello for Business, which replaces easily compromised passwords with locally stored biometric credentials. By automating the deployment of enterprise-grade cryptographic trust, Intune removes the manual configuration steps typically required of the end user. Intune does not operate in a vacuum. Its true capacity is unlocked when it functions as the central nervous system for the broader Microsoft security ecosystem. Windows Autopilot allows devices to ship directly from OEMs to users. OEM stands for Original Equipment Manufacturer, the companies that build the hardware. Upon first login, Intune configures the operating system. For threat defense, Microsoft Defender continuously scans local files for threats. Defender feeds this real-time risk analysis directly back into Intune's central policy engine. Intune also maintains bridges to legacy on-premises architecture through co-management with Configuration Manager. Intune synthesizes this ecosystem data to determine binary device compliance, verifying if a device is safe. Intune passes this verdict directly to Entra ID to trigger conditional access. This policy engine evaluates the login context to enforce rules before granting access. If Intune flags a device as non-compliant due to risk or missing policies, conditional access categorically blocks it from reaching organizational resources. Intune moves beyond simple device configuration to serve as the integration point that makes zero trust enforceable across the entire stack. We can observe this architecture through a single real-world transaction. A remote worker in an uncontrolled environment initiates a request to access a highly sensitive database. If an unmanaged, non-compliant device attempts a connection, it is instantly denied by the conditional access perimeter. When a properly managed device requests access, Intune first verifies the hardware's compliance state. In the next millisecond, Entra ID verifies the user's identity via SSO or biometrics. Once both compliance and identity are fully verified against established policy, secure access is finally granted to the organizational data. Intune unifies device configuration, application data sandboxing, and identity-driven access into a single cohesive cloud-native engine. By utilizing Microsoft Intune, enterprises can safely dissolve their outdated physical perimeters and confidently operate a true globally distributed zero-trust architecture.